Good morning. For pages 39 and 40, we are going on to review dividing fractions. The difference between dividing fractions and multiplying fractions is that when you divide fractions, you have to circle the second fraction, flip the second fraction, and change it to multiplying. So let's look at the steps. Step number 1, change all numbers to fractions. Remember, if it's a whole number, like 3, you're going to put it over 1, 3 over 1. If it's a mixed number, you're going to take the whole number times the denominator, add the numerator. So 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, so 3 over 2. Step 2, you're going to circle the second fraction, flip the second fraction, change it to multiplying. And it's very important that you circle the second fraction, because if you flip the wrong one, you're going to get the wrong answer. In step 3, you're going to cross cancel. So divide by a common factor diagonally. So I divided by 3, I got 1. Divided by 3, I got 1. And then you multiply straight across. I get 2 over 1. And then when the top number is bigger, you divide to reduce, and I get 2. So the only difference between dividing fractions from multiplying fractions is you have to circle the second fraction, flip the second fraction, and change it to multiplying. All the other steps are the same that you learned with multiplying fractions. Let's take a look at pages 39 and 40. Okay, here's page 39. Question 1 says, a builder has an 8-acre plot divided into 1/4 acre home sites. When you're dividing, what you're dividing up goes first. So you're taking 8 divided by 1/4. So on your scratch paper, or in your spiral notebook, do 8 divided by 1/4. Make sure you follow the steps that were from the beginning of this video. Question number 2. In your spiral notebook, you have 5 different problems to solve, A through E. So you're going to do the dividing in your spiral notebook for each problem and see if they got the correct answer. Go ahead and pause the video until you go to number 3. For question number 3, it says choose the numbers to create the story problem that represents 4 divided by 1/6. Remember, the first number of the dividing problem tells what you're sharing. The second number tells you what size are the groups, or how many go in a group. Pause your video until you're ready to go to number 4. Question number 4. Divide. Draw a number line to show your work. On your number line, the number line should go from 0 to 2. So you're going to mark 0, and then 1, and then 2. Each of those sections needs to be divided into 3 pieces because of 1/3 has 3 in the denominator. So each of those sections on your number line, you're going to divide into 3 pieces. Then you're going to count how many pieces total are between 0 and 2. Go ahead and do the dividing. If you don't understand the number line, you'll see it when we go over it problem by problem. Pause your video until you're ready to go to number 5. Oops, sorry, having technical difficulties. Okay, question number 5. Adam has 1/2 quart of milk. If he pours the same amount of milk into 3 glasses, each glass will contain blank quarts of milk. So you're going to take 1/2, because it's the milk that you're sharing, divided by 3 in your spiral notebook. Pause till you're ready to go to number 6. Question number 6. Brendan made a loaf of bread. He gave equal portions of 1/2 loaf of bread to 6 friends. So you're taking 1/2 divided by 6 because it's the bread that you're sharing. So 1/2 divided by 6. Which diagram could Brendan use to find the fraction of the loaf of bread that each friend received? So first of all, I would do the dividing. Do 1/2 divided by 6 in your spiral notebook, and then once you see what the answer is, match it to the pictures. Question number 7. Landon and Colin bought 1/2 pound of strawberries. They are sharing the strawberries equally. So again, what you're sharing goes first. So you're going to take 1/2 divided by 2 in your spiral notebook. Pause the video until you've solved all the problems before you go on to the next step. Okay, question number 1. So on question number 1, you're taking 8 divided by 1/4. So 8 over 1 divided by 1/4. Circle the second fraction, flip the second fraction, change it to multiplying. So 8 over 4 times 1 over 1 gives me 32 over 1, which is equal to 32. So he would have 32 home sites. For 2a, you're taking 3 over 1 divided by 1/4. So you circle the second fraction and flip it. So you have 3 over 1 times 4 over 1 equals 12 over 1, which equals 12. So they are not correct. For b, you have 7 over 1 divided by 1/2. Circle the second fraction and flip it. So you get 14 over 1. So 14 is correct. For c, you're doing 1/4 divided by 4 over 1. Circle the second fraction and flip it. So you have 1/5 times 1/4, and you get 1/20th. So no, they are not correct. For d, you have 1/2 divided by 5 over 1. Circle and flip. So 1/2 times 1/5 is 1/10, so it is correct. For e, you have 1/7 divided by 3 over 1. Circle and flip, so you get 1 over 21, so that is not correct. For number 3, you have 4 pounds of cheese. He's used 1/6 of a pound for each sandwich. So 4 should be circled in the first box. 1/6 should be circled in the second box. Okay, question number 4. So look at my number line. It goes from 0 to 2. And then notice between 0 and 1, I divided it into 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. And then between 1 and 2, I divided it between 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. I divide each into 3 because of this denominator 3. Then I counted how many sections are between 0 and 2, and I got 6. To do the dividing, I have 2 divided by 1/3. Circle the second fraction and flip it. So I get 6 over 1, which is equal to 6. For number 5, I have 1/3 divided by 3 over 1. Circle and flip, so I get 1/9. For 6, I have 1/2 divided by 6. Circle and flip, which is 1/2 times 1/6. So B and C are correct. On number 7, I have 1/2 divided by 2. Circle and flip, so I get 1/2 times 1/2, which is equal to 1/4. If you have any questions, make sure you email me or send me a message on Class Dojo. Have a great day.